Yeah, good afternoon, aliens. Checking in. It's Fast Speaks edition. Hope you don't mind. Ain't got the shirt on today. It's a little hard to mess. Finally, that you heard. Seasons be changing, but dang, new. Welcome you to Fast Family. Everybody eats. Everybody eats equally. You heard? Yo. We're gonna be out here challenging some paradigms today. So it is. We got some stuff we gotta deal with. We'll give it a couple minutes, not even a couple minutes. Give it a couple seconds. Let some folks join in. You heard? Try to set this up properly. Keep my computer up. Fash wants to see Fash speaks. It helps me see the family, what the family's talking about. You heard? We got some critical things to talk about today. Happy Memorial Day for everybody. If I don't see you tomorrow, it's a blessing and a true honor to live in such a land, beautiful land, mixed culture, mixed thought, rights and freedoms that these gentlemen and women have laid their lives down for all our lost and fallen soldiers. I thank you. I thank the families. I salute you, and I pray in love. Send prayers and love for the ultimate sacrifice. There's no greater sacrifice than to lay your life down for a brother. And regardless of your thoughts, your paradigms, what bring them to this was these individuals' choices, as this Marine had a choice to join the Marines one day. And also sign that check. When we sign that check, it's up until our contract ends. Our ass is on the line. That's the sacrifice we're making. These gentlemen and ladies have made the ultimate sacrifice, and that's what tomorrow is about. It's a memorial in remembrance and honor tribute to those who are lost, POWs, to those that honorably served, paved the way before us, and are no longer here with us. We thank, we honor, we tribute their gallant families, no pun intended, their honorable families. We're opening up diction here to the ladies and gentlemen. It's very important. Today's message is very important. So we're going to get to it. Everybody who's going to check in is going to check in. I didn't put the normal hashtags on this one, as you can see. We didn't put all about rap and hip hop today, so we might not get all our normal hip hop kin in here. But it's a very serious topic that I believe we need to speak about a little bit. So we're gonna go ahead and speak about it. You heard? And it's a question. I'm putting it out as a question. Everybody's opinion counts. Otherwise, I'd be a huge hypocrite to my own shores. You heard? So we're not gonna do that. All right, we got the comments open. We are good to go. We're locked in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, thank you for staying tuned. For those of you who are here, welcome to Fast Family, Dark Light Nation, full spectrum conscious thinking. Yo, our paradigm, our way, our motto, our push is for this acronym to not be an acronym, but to be applied in life. And it's alien acronym. All life is equal now. All life is equal now. We have to respect all life. All life is equal now. Now we are living today. Aliens, we are all strange to something, so there are reasons we can come together and be one. There are many reasons. They'll tell us 1,000 reasons to be apart, but it's this. It's what are you looking for? What energy do you seek? What energy do you want to feed? That's the energy that'll grow. That'll be the energy that you represent, and that'll be the energy you'll be out there chasing. Fash strongly believes in love. Thinks some of the best messages are best kept in love. Some of Fash's favorite influences above all, favorite more than favorite, blessed influences. It's an honor to have such influences. People I think about tomorrow during Memorial Day. These are people who sacrifice their life to our country in any form of fashion. There's a way fashion, let's think about it. Joey G likes to think about it here in the Bedford. And this also includes the ultimate sacrifices like the Prophet JC, like Dr. King Jr., Malcolm X. The first two gentlemen, I believe, preach strongly in love, and that's why their words and their thoughts, their dreams will will be legacy for as long as this little culture exists. And that's this little human culture residing here in America, going through our own struggles. I was thinking about this the other day. We're out there trying to solve 1,000-year wars, but yet we ain't solved our own. I know it ain't been 1,000 years yet, but it seems like we've been in a civil war for a little bit. And FASH is out here offering some ways and some ideas, offering some thoughts to throw into the thinking pot. And I challenge all y'all to share this, leave thoughts, comments. You ain't even gonna like or subscribe this one. Leave your thoughts. I want to know what you guys actually think about this, because FASH has really been thinking about this the last couple of days. And this. Let me set this camera down somewheres where it will not be. Shut it off. That would be nice, right? We don't want to shut off in the middle of. All right, here we go. Boom! Oh, the stripes came off. Sorry. The gun shot. Get back. No gun shot. Put them away. We put them away. And peace. Let there be peace. Marines, enemies. To the last is peace, all right? All right, let's get with this. All right. Titled this. It's critical race theory. I'll just take a practice, put a shirt on in case they decide to share this in classrooms. But you know what? It's mass. We're out here. We're in full acceptance mode. Let's get it. Still looking for a shirt. That's crazy. Oh. All right. Anyways, here we go. FASH family. Is critical race theory versus melting pot paradigms, melting pot lands. Everybody knows who's been following along, FASH family. Those who don't, please share. We're coming up. We're doing something amazing. We're doing something new. We're showing a different facet of the spectrum, and it's this. It is FASH went away for 7 years, as people know. After the Marine Corps, got into the accident, leaving a Christmas party. I just met a gentleman at the store, was telling me my story. He actually had the same exact Tupac shirt I had on my first performance for Views and Choices. And so I told him a little story behind it, and he was interested, and it developed into a good conversation and great conversation with the gentleman. And you know what I mean? It's local kin. You know what I mean? We're family FASH. Don't treat anybody like fans or nothing, because it's just like that. We're family. Listen, FASH is that street poet. You see me out there rhyming? Well, FASH comes from a city, bro. When I told this kid in this store about 15 minutes ago that New Bedford, 508, Fall River, Brockton was kind of like Compton in that little area, he was like, "Oh my God, you're so right." How come nobody put that out there before? And it is like that because we're a small melting pot city right next to a large port. You know what I mean? Whether it be New York, I ain't going to show credit New York at all. Love and respect New York. A lot of brothers from there. Is that, whether they come in through John F. Kennedy or in the older times when they actually had to come in through the ports of boats and stuff like that. Hey, Massachusetts is on the coast. We got Plymouth Rock. You know what I mean? That's where this whole stupid colonization started, and we're gonna get to some of that because FASH don't agree with everything. You know what I mean? FASH is open book, open thought, spectrum, full conscious mind thinking. The best thing in the world you could understand is that you're not the only one here. You know what I mean? So here we go. Let's get it. So FASH went away for 7 years, and FASH comes from this beautiful melting pot, so beautiful, like I've never seen nothing like it in the world. Um, FASH never went and chilled in Compton. I'm sorry, Jay. Didn't know Jay. That connects like that. I did go up to Watts though. I did chill up in Watts, and I got pictures in Long Beach and whatnot. So that was kind of cool. That was chill. But yo, is this so? Um, FASH was West Coast a little while. We were stationed out in Pendleton for 3 years. You know, lived in Oceanside, lived on base for a little while. Had the family out there and stuff like that. Lived West Coast, no big deal. A couple years. So had a beautiful daughter out there. You know what I mean? So she's technically a California Sea girl. You heard? Is this is so yo so you know out and about. I had two beautiful children in the Marine Corps. Got to see the world. As people hear through my music and stuff, you know, I got to see the pyramids in Egypt. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful old heritage civilization that I respect because New Bedford is a lot like that. We got those old cobblestone brick roads. But yo, this is one of the oldest civilizations ever, and FASH got to go inside not only the temples of the pyramids and stuff like that, you know, the stuff that they show tourists and whatnot. At the time, we were in a conflict with them, so FASH had to go with his flat jacket and rifle and helmet and stuff. And it was these, you got buses coming in from like France and stuff like that, taking pictures and stuff like that. Like everything's easy cheesy for them, and here we are all geared up, you know, looking around in the pyramids and the tunnels and whatnot. But wicked dope. Definitely something to see. Like, because the next thing is the museum. The museum was absolutely. I talk about this museum all the time. I've talked about it before. FASH speaks. You know, first even walking into this museum is like if anybody's ever watched the Never Ending Story, it's kind of like one of the challenges in the Never Ending Story where you have to walk through the two guardians, the two gatekeepers. They're watching him, and if he ain't got the confidence, he gets zapped or whatever. So it's something like that. Only you don't get zapped, of course, but you're walking through the guardians of life, the Egyptian guardians of life. They're two tall, porcelain black, onyx, like pearl, shiny black, tall, about 15 to 17 feet tall, with the scepter of life. And there's two of them, and they stare at each other, and you have to walk through these things to get in the museum. Like, how intimidating is that, right? Some cool things inside there. I don't want to put spoilers for anybody that goes out there, or who goes, you know, go ahead and, you know, channel surf or whatever, and maybe you could find probably the same museum in the tour or whatnot. I might actually do that myself just to see, you know what I mean, how relevant it is. But you have to see old things like a 400 year old monkey wrapped up, and it was just starting to it was mummified, and it was just starting to be unmummified, and this thing was 200-300 years old, and it still had fur on it. That's how tight the mummy process was. That's how, you know what I mean. Anyway, we ain't gonna get into the whole process of mummy. Anyways, mummy. All right, here we go. FASH family, where you at? Must be out there enjoying this Sunday. I hope y'all check in. Listen, if y'all see these things, check in, please, and go ahead and, you know, give them a full listen. If you got to put your phone down for anyways, is whatever, yo, and then like and pass, subscribe to the friends and the kindred, because it's this. We need to grow. We're only going to grow through FASH family. We're organic, yo. And, you know, they'll cut my views because of stuff like this. FASH was getting 3,000 views a video, and now I'm down to 3,000 views a month. But it's cool. We're going to still be out here. We're going to be pushing this positive energy. All right, let's get this. Critical race theory versus melting pot. So FASH went away, seen all these beautiful places, got to live in beautiful California. West Coast is so beautiful. The people are so friendly. Got to live down south, but there's nothing like some southern hospitality. Is so beautiful. Lands America is beautiful. America is absolutely beautiful. Even the Palms. Even the Palms has it. Yo, Joshua Tree, 29 Palms, Arizona. Been out there. Yo, beautiful. All around America is beautiful. I haven't seen the Grand Canyon, and I haven't seen Mount Rushmore yet, which I'm very interested in. Yeah, I was thinking about putting out my rap. Mount Ratmore. Yeah, my Mount Ratmore. I was thinking about that. I'm looking at tattoo ideas for this side. Still looking. I already know what the middle is going to be. We got the mic on the side. We're still developing. We're about to get a four-round piece in the next couple of weeks coming up. Very excited about that. I'm going to see Mr. Powers in Fall River, Massachusetts. Hey, best tattoo artist ever. Jesse Powers, look him up on Instagram. All right, so Push it forward. All right. So Fash went, seen all these beautiful lands, and had the opportunity to buy a house anywhere I wanted to. So this is the reason why Fash went into the military. I chose the Marine Corps because if I was going into the military, I knew I was signing that open-ended check. And if we went to war, Fash wanted to make sure he was thoroughly trained. Fash came up with a father who taught him how to live off the land and stuff like that. The bike could do toughen him up and stuff like that. So I already had some kind of cooked up mentality. So it was all right. You know what I mean? It was fun. I really do look back at boot camp as one of my favorite memories in life. No kidding. And it was probably absolutely the most torturous 3 months ever. So listen, is this Side Up Kids? It's a lot of fun. I hear a lot of bashing lately. And this is why we're going to get into some of this stuff. Is I've been hearing a lot of bashing lately, talking about, you know what I mean? I don't want my brothers and my sisters, and they're putting extra adjectives on this. Please, please, please relax on extra adjectives. Please, 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 because it don't sound good on anybody. Fash when it come out here using extra adjectives, you would never be heard. It ain't even in them. It don't sound right. That's why it don't sound right coming from public figures, right? Like influences, true influences. This is your time on the mic, and like I understand to a point too, and to a point, because listen, I'm going to tell you something that Fash learned upstate for these 7 years is the opposite of humility is pride. So I mean, you could be as prideful as you want to, but what is that doing for mankind as a whole? So, and that's what we're going to get into. So I heard some stuff like, why is my brother and my sister fighting for your supremacy or something like that? And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, Fash went into the Marine Corps Fash went into the military period for the same reasons that a lot of my kin. I know, because we been it together for 4 years. I know my veterans. I know my veteran kin. I know my veteran kin very well. Worked with them even too after the military. And when Fash got locked up for 7 years, came home 3.9. Yo, matter of fact, I got it right here. Might as well show it today. Seeing how we got it out and stuff. But here we go. Got the degree right here. You know what I mean? Fash. And if you can see this thing right here, this is my little summa cum laude. You know what I mean? Graduated. That's a top 50th class, I believe it is, but I actually graduated number 2. I was number 1, but I got pushed down to number 2 due to my housing. My housing at the time was a little fragile, turbulence, so I had to step down from the valedictorian spot. But anyways, you know what I mean? Still graduated with the honors, the 3.9, solid A's. Never thought I would get that. High school, I told y'all, I did not graduate high school on normal. I didn't walk across the stage. I was so embarrassed that I couldn't even go see my own people walk across the stage because I didn't get to do it. It's just what it is. So D's and F's, skipping school, smoking weed, all that crap, you know what I mean? Wasn't interested in school at the time. People, we got to start applying things that we know. Now, so it comes from summer school, getting my diploma in the mail, going into the Marine Corps, experiencing life, taking some turbulence in life, the car accident, you know what I mean? And I was talking to the car accident with the gentleman at the store, and his eyes dropped because, it really could happen to anybody, is the fact that, I'm sorry to say, but the other gentleman was drunk too. There was 5 reconstructions of the accident. All of them were inconclusive. I have no memories of it, and there was no witnesses to it. Nobody knows what made this accident happen, but the fact is I was involved in it. I was if I was 10% at fault, I was 100% at fault because there was fatalities. So if it was like a civil crime where it was just a car accident and both people were drunk and stuff, you know what I mean? They could have said 50-50 or 60-40. They actually do stuff like that. But in a criminal case, if you're 1% guilty, you're 100% guilty. I hope y'all understand that. That means, so as I'm talking to this gentleman, he understood it more that I even attested to Fash back then was a heavy drinker. I drunk and drove. How the freak you say it too many times? It don't sound right to say because it's not right to do. Is I did it way too many times and way more influenced than the day that the accident actually happened. That I only had a couple of drinks the night that the accident happened, and the other driver actually had twice the BAC as me. He was twice as drunk as me, according to our blood. you know. But again, you know, they prove the reckless factor of you even being behind the car in the first place. So FASH's mistake was putting the key in the ignition to begin with. All right, we're not going to talk about the accident just yet. Is this? So I went away. I had seen parts of this world, and that's how we got into that tangent. Is because I really don't like people downplaying any of our veterans. You know, these people make a choice to go into the military. It's way out. It really is. Whether you support the government or not, FASH didn't support the FASH didn't even know about the government. Never mind support. I didn't know anything about the government. Yo, it was just about the time when Bush was going. And I know one thing. I said the veterans supported Bush. The military at the time supported Bush on the first election. And in about a year into office, everybody hated him. Everybody hated Bush. That's all I got to say about that. That's the second Bush. That's all I got to say about that. FASH respects and will salute all my commanders and chiefs equally because I'm a Marine and that's how I'm trained to do it and that's how I always live. FASH ain't one of those people where if some president gets in, it's not my America. No, this is the land we live and grew up on. Like, I never understood the government to get my hands into it before. And you know what I mean? That's unfortunate because there's a whole generation like that. And that's how maybe that's how this whole thing got out of control. I don't know how this whole thing got out of control. That's not how what we're here to talk about today. Today we're here to talk about some curriculum that's really affecting our children and how they grow up and how they feel and how they get shaped and how some of them it leads to isolation. It leads to isolation. It leads to guilt. It leads to a lot of bad energies. One of the things that had really kind of highlighted me this week, the last couple of days thinking about this, is that it's like, cause it's one of these freestyles. I heard one of these freestyles and it set me off because that's all I heard out of this person was, excuse me, my race this, my race that, my race this, my race that. I'm sorry to tell you, whatever race you are and you're doing that like that, you're so concentrated on your race, that's kind of something to think about. So, as we get back, and that's so FASH went around seeing the world. Out of all this world, he had this opportunity, and this is the only reason why FASH signed up, aside from traveling, because FASH did want to travel and see a little bit of the world. But the only reason, the strong reason why FASH joined the military is I heard there was an opportunity that I could buy a house at the end of this, and it's absolutely true. They offer you the VA loan. They get what they do is they back up. The government backs you up. The military, the VA, not the government, because I ain't attested for the whole government. The Veterans Assistance, the VA, Veterans Administration, the VA backs up a veteran 100%. Gives them a certificate to take to a bank that says to this bank, listen, if this veteran reneges if he goes in default on his mortgage, the VA will buy it. The VA will buy his mortgage. And so the bank knows it's an automatic paid win for them. So a lot of banks jump on this. They will compete for you. You will get better APRs. If you're listening, veterans, and soak this in. You'll get better APRs and stuff like that. It's a selling tool. It's a selling tool. Understand this. Play the banks against each other. Trust me, they're playing you. They're 1%ers. And you know that's where I want to take this to, because you know the freestyle went so far. It was like, you know, I'm fighting for your supremacy. I'm like, whose supremacy? I'm like, you know, at this point, you know, I've spoken this so many times that there's a 1% of this world that owns 99% of the world's wealth. That these are the people in control. I'm sorry to tell you, but if cash rules everything around me, cream get that. Yes, if that is true and it absolutely is a currency that runs the world right now, FASH don't like it or agree with it. And I think there's other ways. If you guys stay tuned, follow FASH, get in this think tank with me, perhaps we can make some things happen. It's like this. So FASH went all around this world. And in total agreement with my kid's mother, decided to go back to the city and buy a house at the city we were raised in, and that I joined the military to actually get out of, for the very reason that I had traveled the world and seen that so many people didn't know stuff about culture. so many people just had misconceptions about culture, was confused about culture, been taught wrong about culture, been shaped wrong about culture. Massachusetts got a lot of history. Um, what facts, books, all that kind of stuff, and like, go ahead, whatever. All right, so it did teardrop to my eye because listen, it's this. It goes past all the facts in the books. It's the fact that it's the fact that these same schools that I told you that I was getting bullied through. Once Fash had the confidence from his family to back him up to go through these schools, was the best, the second best experience. It's right up there. So if the top three learning experiences in life periods, you know what I mean, is absolutely the Marine Corps high school penitentiary. Like Malcolm X, go back to Malcolm X for a second. Malcolm X stated this. One of Malcolm X quotes is that the penitentiary is the second best place for a man to go away and get a man. I believe his quote was man, so but you could apply this man and a female, of course. Full spectrum, as Fashion always likes to think and speak. Is that so? This is the second best place that a human being can go to get to know himself next to college. Now, the fact that I know that quote is because I stared at it for about 5 years in Bridgewater, being locked up in the same facilities that Malcolm X was locked up fighting for his rights. You know what I mean? And so I do understand the fight. I do understand the strife. I do understand a lot of things. I understand the time and the place for everything. So fast traveled this world and seeing that a lot of this world wasn't educated on other cultures. They were very much caught up on themselves and their own culture. And I think that's where strong energy comes from that fast tends not to support. I won't even speak on it. They haven't mentioned that name. How's that? I swear there's a big game going on right now. There's like a viral trending game going on with the higher ups. I'm pretty sure the higher ups are on to us, Fash fam. The thing is, I think they're playing a little game with us right now that they're gonna try to rhyme. They're gonna say every word in the dictionary in the thesaurus in the encyclopedia. I'll probably get hit for that one in the encyclopedia. They're gonna hopscotch this one so good that you're gonna hear cash dash fast and every rap ever last at last on the atlas. Is that the fact that Fash could freestyle fast is making the game feel whack. They're thinking they annoying, but at that, Fash is just this little. Let's continue. Ladies and gentlemen, however you like to identify yourself, welcome back to Fash Speaks. What up, aliens? Our life is equal right now. We're in the now. And this is where we have to be. Why? Because this is where our children are. This is where our children will grow up. Children do not have to grow up in a hateful place. What I was saying earlier is like the thing that highlighted me this week as I was thinking about this is that we are what we seek for, and it's absolutely that is going to feed right down into the. Hey, how many of you guys out there? I wish I had some people out there right now because I wish I had some people to type up in the comments box right now. I'll leave it at the end of the video. When is Native American Day? The people that lived here before the land was stolen and all that stuff. When is Native American Day? All right, so back to the 1%ers who run this world. Now, so I hear these people saying, fighting for supremacy in the military, and then at the same time, I don't know who owns all the oil and gold in the world, and a couple of rich people I know is like Trump and Oprah. So if that can't yin yang a 1%, now mind you, only 1% of human beings do the count on all human beings. Only 1% of us owns 99% of this world's worth. Wealth. Who are these 1%ers? We got to get by symbolism. We really have to get by symbolism. We have to get by symbolism. We have to be okay with whatever. I'm all right with a black Jesus, Chinese Jesus, Santa, Easter Bunny. I'm not saying these are all fictitious characters. They're not. They're very real in some people's lives. It's this. You're missing the meaning. You're so fixed on a Adverb, you're missing the sentence. You're so fixed on the sentence, you're missing a paragraph. You're so fixed on the paragraph, you're missing the story. You dig? Alright, so Fast traveled this beautiful land, this beautiful rock, and decided to go back to the beautiful city of New Bedford, the secret city. Secret city, known on the map now, was once the whaling capital of the world. Not too proud of that as well. But anyways, at least it was something, it was during barbaric times, right? So whatever. But was also known for the 13th Regiment. It was the first ones in. Watch the movie Glory if you ain't seen it. It's based on a true story about the 13th Fighting Regiment. A dope movie. A great soul. This is what tomorrow's about. So that's watch Glory tomorrow. Watch Glory tomorrow. Everybody watch Glory tomorrow. Watch our beautiful 13th Massachusetts Regiment march in and take one for the team. Because the team has always been us. U.S. means us. Us. When is Native American Day? I've asked you that. Alright, as we push forward. Don't worry, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to let you know. I'm going to put you on. Listen, FASH ain't trying to be egotistical right now. FASH is trying to get a point across. So, I traveled this beautiful land, decided to go back to Massachusetts because of the melting pot. Now, so, FASH goes upstate, 7 years, comes back home, notice that back home's just a little bit different. FASH's kids think a little bit different than I thought FASH's kids would think. Not that my kids think incorrectly, they think beautiful. They have beautiful, beautiful contemporary thoughts. I challenge this generation as a whole for empathy, forgiveness, love. Out of all of these, love will remain the strongest. This is quotes from the Bible. Corinthians, 2 Corinthians. All right. So back to the melting pot. So we're in a beautiful little city here where your next door neighbor is whoever moves in next. Just as beautiful as being upstate, just as beautiful as being in Foxhole, just as beautiful as being anywheres, and you need another soul to depend on. You really don't care what the skin looks like. You don't care what the eyes look like. You don't care what the cheekbones look like. You don't care what their nose look like. You don't care what their lips look like. You don't care what their ears look like. You don't care if they got hair on their face, lips, fucking nipples, nothing. Right? You're dependent on a human soul. That's the light that I try to project. It's not the skin. Rip the skin off me. It's not that. It's the light that God sees, that illuminates. It's the energy that we project. It's the salute to everybody that passed and paved the way to try to make this a more peaceful, loving world. God loves his peacemakers, his peacekeepers. So I don't understand a lot about this critical race theory, and I don't want to look into it more. I don't think it should be a curriculum. If it's socialism, this is something like it's culture. That's something that could be taught at home, and yes, expressed in class, and yes, brought together beautifully, lovingly, if we know how. Our melting pots, we used to do it fine on project day. We used to make projects all the time talking about where we were. And then what was even better is we would say, yo, go do a project on these people. You can't be your people. Go be somebody else's people. That's empathy. FASH was made to study and learn certain things to pull me outside myself. That's empathy. Standing outside yourself to feel somebody else's energy is empathy. When somebody else is in a hard position, the hardest positions of their lives, a lot of times, that's when they say that's when you know your closest are with you. But why isn't more people with you? This is when we depend on people, right? But we got walls that we got walls that always block us. We get called life. Life is walls, right? But why? It really isn't. It's exactly what we're looking for all the time. Someday somebody will catch on that fashion's a genius, put them in a think tank or something. Or maybe they'll just look at this 100 years from now and go, wow, this kid was right. But being from this melting pot and seeing this beautiful society, and then seeing some of these other places in the world and seeing how much they struggle for just, and it's not that, and it's not the whole ignorance factor either. There's more to this. There's more to this. I've said it the other day. I said, talk to me. I need you. I need you. I feed off other people's energy as well. Well, FASH was locked up. FASH is Catholic, but every time that church was open, Muslim, Protestant, Wiccan, FASH was in there. I'm interested. I'm like, teach me something. How was it? This, to me, this world is about learning. Teach me something. That's how I grow. I don't know how you grow. Mentally, that's how I grow. Spiritually, that's how I grow. Physically, that's even, I mean, I'm doing this little push-up routine now. I'm doing this little push-up routine now. Got the little guns going. Yeah, but it's like this, right? It's FASH that does good with a workout partner. It can get real big with it like that. Like, you always do better with human. Listen, we struggle as human beings for contact. So this critical race theory, like to me, what I'm picturing is like genealogy, like the stuff they sell you on TV for $40 or $60 that you could go see like exactly what your tree line is, and then go ahead do that, do a project on it, make people understand it, have somebody else do a project, everybody pass to the right, do a project on it, and then we'll have some understanding in this world. It's melting pot. We gotta blend together. We don't gotta say this is better because of this, or this should be better than this. There's a thing in this world with this energy. There's energy. The energy is what runs this world. There's different types of energy. There's energy that runs this world, right? And if we're all truly seeking equality and not plus one, you gotta leave room for the other person. You gotta leave room for the other person, and there's not a lot of room for the other person if you're over agitating things with adjectives. Bars. No. Seriously, dead ass. Yo, so the last thing I'm gonna speak on is this, and I got to do a better description. His name will be in this. Is the Colin Kaepernick thing? Is this? Listen. It is. FASH don't like it. I could express my as a veteran, right? I kind of fight for the same rights that he had to express himself. Or my expression on this is, I think it's absolutely horrible. I don't support it. You think a veteran? If you think a veteran gets upset when he sees somebody kneeling on their flag, think about the families tomorrow. That's the last thing they had to hold. That's the last thing they got to hold from their loved one. A lot of them got them hanging on their walls in triangles. It don't represent a government. It don't represent a supremacy. It represents their loved one that they lost. That's the only thing they have of them. That's what you're gonna choose to make. Hey, and my question is this: has he gone on tour doing this? That's actually how I should have let it. You know what I mean? Did he make a tour of this? Because I don't remember seeing him do anything but be a crappy football player. I know I had him on my fantasy team for 2 years. Sucker. I fell for the hype. The joke is, all right, so I challenge, I mean, not a lot of people checked in today, so we're not going to get a lot of feedback here live. You know what I mean? We could absolutely do a part 2 of one of these if somebody would like to talk further more about it. Or even network somehow. I mean, there's ways we could do this 2-3 way. FASH is open to an open conversation with this, an open, intelligent conversation about this. My interest is not to irritate a nation. My interest is to challenge a nation on how we are shaping our children. They're being, FASH feels they're being left astray. No love is real. It shouldn't be. It should not be. If you haven't heard I love you today, you're hanging around the wrong people. You haven't heard FASH speaks, because I absolutely platonically love everybody who supports me. Thank you, and I love you. Please pass this video on. They're talking to me. Look, I'm live now. Nobody even probably knows. FASH knows. We got family checking on the regular. Yo, happy birthday, Ethan. I hope you got to see my last video. If you didn't, happy birthday, son.
All right, yo. I love y'all. And that's all Flash got to say on this. Is I just want to challenge everybody to think about the next person. Open empathy to this world, love to this world. Understand the importance of melting together, living together. The answer to the question, Native American Day, is the third Friday of September. How random is that? How random is that? Way to go, America. Sorry, a little sarcasm on that one. Maybe a little too soon. But listen, it falls on the 23rd this year. For everybody with respect, falls on the 23rd this year. I believe that's it. I believe that's all we have for today. Like I said, if I one last recap on the last video on the junior high and the bullies, and feel free to use these in school and stuff. FASH tries to keep the cussing down and whatnot. If anybody like to collab network, hit the email. It's on the back page of my YouTube. What was I just thinking? I'm sorry, I just got lost real quick. The email. Yes, the bully. Fash, I haven't got I haven't had anybody check in just yet. I did want to clarify something on that too, and it's this. If you carry a lot of hatred in your heart, and you feel you wanna reflect, bounce some things off Fash, absolutely. Hit me up in the chat thing, bully. That bully junior high thing, put that inside the subject box, please, because I do have a lot of spam. I do have a lot of people trying to sell me YouTube spots and Instagram spots and promote all my videos lately. We got some people trying to buy our songs, and we got a couple contracts out there supposedly. I don't know how true they are, but they're like these contracts where you have to like spend $100 to get into them. So I don't know if these investments are real. I have to do some more research into it, and I wish please pass this on to some of the hip hop influencers. This way, maybe we get together and talk about it a little bit. Perhaps might jump on and might do a couple more freestyles once this thing loads up. We'll see what time it loads up. Yeah, I think that's about it. And I apologize about limiting some of my freestyles. It's just Fash is about to put out this demo. Fash is about to put out a demo, I guess, and it's going to be like Fash is going to be like the first person to put out. I don't even want to say because somebody's going to try to do it. And that's the thing. Every time I put out an idea, so Fash is going to put out this super demo that's going to have like a billion songs on it. But no, people think they're slick. They're doing the little bounce around the name, everything but say the word Fash. I get that. Joey, you get that. All that stuff. That's cool. Everything but MD Masks, GODZ, Dark Light, all that kind of stuff. Listen, it's this though. It's this. It's da 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 da. Make them wait for it. No, I'm just playing. Actually, forgot. I gotta get the rod through that. The TBI. People don't even think about that, yo. People put in the comment section all the time, yo. People really put like all the time, like I'm high, I'm drunk, I'm this, I'm that. No, none of that stuff. I do smoke marijuana, but I limit myself. Legal, Massachusetts, all that kind of stuff. No, just chilling here. TBI, that's what it is. See, it's that. They think I'm cooked up. They think I'm crazy. But listen, if you heard this video, go back and listen. Fash knows a couple things about a couple things sometimes. Fash had a rod put through his face and into his brain, so he has TBI. It's called terminal brain injury. Fash freestyles off the top of the head, and all my videos are, if not first takes, they're one takes. Fash has recorded every video off his phone thus far, and that's why I've stepped back from it a little bit. I'm gonna start putting the album together, and if anybody's blessed enough to pick us up ahead of time, they're gonna get one heck of a demo. They're gonna get a demo that they'll be able to put out as a record right away. Yeah, but yo, they biting our styles. So they biting us. They bite not the goats, not the goats. No. These youngins. I gotta watch these youngins. Fash don't be checking in too much with these youngins, so notice lately that they like like stuttering pricks. No, just playing. That's a line from Goodfellas. Is this? All right. So I just noticed things. Fash does little techniques like these little cliff hangers for these little things because they're little irritants to what we be doing. You know what I mean? And it's so yeah. Fash is gonna be like the GOAT illicitous. The GOAT illicitous. Fash has been giving everybody flowers and props lately. It's still been the hashtag king. You know what I mean, on everybody's videos and everything, because I'm trying to express love. I'm trying to express love equally, yo. You know, I heard one of Sir J. Cole and Sir Prophet Andre 3000's song about, oh my god, it's a beautiful song. Go type it in search engines. I will not spoil alert it. I'm sorry, gentlemen, I do not know the name of the song. Fash looks at so many songs, I just know the artist. Is that, but absolutely, J. Cole and Andre 3000 will put that intersection. It's probably like the song together. It's so beautiful. I like to try to promote one thing at least of the video. Who we got checked in over here? Somebody say hi. Who's over here? Who's over here with me? Gotta say hi. Who's over here? Who we got? Who we got here? Announce yourself. No. Is yeah. So a lot of our stuff we're trying to start to put an album. So we came out with this channel to begin with. Probably got about 2,000 freestyles out there, and in the last year, got really fluid with it. Got some good techniques, developed a little toolbox, and you know, it's now like I noticed lately, like YouTube is either not showing my stuff to people. They'll give a notification to, you know, even my closest followers. Like they'll give a big notification to one of my recent videos, like 4 days from now. They're like, oh look, I just got a notification of a video. I'm like, really? I dropped that 4 days ago. Anyways, so that and. So I don't know. The other thing, I didn't know if I was using improper hashtags. I was honestly trying to give people flowers and trying to get, you know, my videos where I felt they should be heard and whatnot. Either they put like a stance on my right to speech, or create and develop, or just play. I don't know who runs this thing. That's it. Yo, I had these people freestyling. And a lot of adjectives, they attach and agitate. And yo, whoever the 1% is, Fash don't agree with them neither. They got their own agenda. I don't like pushing today's narrative. You know, today's narrative, like Fash comes from the no snitching city. John Walsh. All right, that's a little background. I'll give you real quick. New Bedford, Massachusetts. John Walsh came and did a show on this. I'm not proud of why he did this show. He did the show because we had an episode worth of murder investigations, and he came through. But anyways, when they came through, I guess Fash was locked up at the time, and not one phone call was made. And I could go a little bit about that. It's just my city's solid, bro. We live on our own. We know how to raise our own and stuff like that. We always held our own, and it's a beautiful melting pot. Imagine that, yo. Like everything, Cape Verde and Puerto Rican, anything Asian of any persuasion, Caucasian of any persuasion, freaking like, come on, man. Dominican, anything, like everything comes through the melting pot. We're a prism. We're multifaceted. But we're true and we're real. We hold our own. So John Walsh came through, and then the next day, I guess he got upset because he didn't get a phone call, not one single phone call. This could be looked up. I guess the interview could be looked up. He went on Fox News and decided to release this information to the world, and it's donned the secret city in the Bedford, the secret city. So that's how we got the handle attachment secret city. Before that, we were known as the whaling capital of the world. You know, we're proud about our 13th Regiment. They were strongly recruited up in the New Bedford area, following the Massachusetts 508 District Code area, Southern Massachusetts. They're the Southern Massachusetts Regiment. And you know, it's just a lot of history of togetherness in this melting pot. And then, you know, I went away and I came home and I see everybody picking everything apart, you know, worried about their own thing. And so, you know, Fash just wants to challenge that. I want to challenge that, put that out there to the world. Is this hurting the melting pot? Is this stuff that, you know, we should we should be teaching our kids more about where we come from and stuff like that. But it's just more stuff at home and then bring to school and kind of tell, then let them mix it up together. Let our children mix it up together, see what they come up with. You know, and that's the biggest thing is today's problems. This lines up with some Bible thought. Is every day comes with its own problems, so don't worry about tomorrow. But also like that, every day has its own problems. So why are we pouring on problems of yesterday on today's children? Try to think about that one for a second. Ash is gonna leave you there with that strong thought. Please. Try to put that in. Let's try to just think about that. Absorb that for a second. Why are we putting past problems on tomorrow's children? I love you all. Thank you for checking in, Fash family. I know this was a tough one to get in and listen to, but we ain't afraid to talk about the tellies in the room. The Ellies in the telly. We ain't afraid to talk about the elephants in the room. I do want to apologize to Sir Kevin Hart. Last time I messed up his name. I said Chris Hart. I'm sorry. Everybody thinking about Chris Hart is no. Sir Kevin Hart has a beautiful soul, and I absolutely platonically adore the way him and The Rock get along and mess around with each other. And I think that's total like a show of humility. You know what I mean? It's pride in ironic ways. It's so beautiful. I respect to both gentlemen. All right, so it's just that I really want to leave you on that. With this critical race theory, FASH comes from a melting pot that I would love to spread more of our culture out there to y'all, so maybe the rest of the world could absorb some of this melting pot, and we could all get together. Because that was one thing I left off. Is very important. I mean, I didn't leave it off. I was talking about the importance of how I need things from y'all as well. So it's just like that. Humans, we got to get together because as a whole, we are much more powerful than being singled out by our genetic code. I'll leave it at that. So please, let's not put problems of yesterday and tomorrow's kids. Yes, respect, salute to everybody, our nation. Hold it in prayer. Hold it in prayer. We have a battle. We have an internal battle that's been going on for a long time, and it just needs to be a ceasefire. I love y'all. Take care, Fash family. Again, salute. Happy Memorial Day. Love, prayers, and blessings to everybody who's lost somebody in the following fight. Fash had a grandfather that he's proud of. I have to mention my grandfather, the first Joseph W. Gallant. I feel Gallant had to be attached to my family for a reason. I'll tell you, this gentleman might have been one of them. It's 5 Purple Hearts, a Bronze Star, and a Silver Star. Grandpa, I love you. God bless you. God bless all the fallen soldiers. We love you. Peace.